Hey guys, I got something new to show you today. I actually just got this in the mail earlier this week. As you can see from the cover here, it is a, the camera's got a little blurry on me, but it's a official audiovisual guide to the Louvre Museum. I actually haven't even opened the shrink wrap yet. As you can see, there's a little ribbon in here. It has the Nintendo logo in it. It goes all the way around the side and all the way to the back of the box. So, let me just see if I can get the camera to show you the back here. Okay, so, here's what the back looks like. The official audiovisual guide for Louvre. Use it in the museum or at home. You guys can read the rest yourself. Now, this is the English version. The software comes in several different languages. English, Spanish, French, Italian, German. There's a couple other European languages, possibly. Oh, here, it says on here, Italian, Dutch, and Russian as well, and Portuguese. So, yeah, English, German, French, Spanish, Italian, Dutch, Portuguese, Russian. And then there's also Japanese and Korean. Those languages. It's one per cartridge, so I got the English version, hence the little English, British flag up here. Now, you can only buy these at the Louvre itself. You can't even order them online through their website or anything like that. So I actually had to buy this by proxy. I had contact with someone who lived in Paris and actually went to the Louvre and bought a bunch of these for various people, myself included, and mailed them out all over the place. So it's kind of cool to be able to have this. I find it kind of funny here the warning is in French, even though it's an English language software. Now, you might ask, well, what's my particular interest in this? Especially because you can get it from the Nintendo eShop. I think it's like $20 to buy it directly, digitally. Well, the reason why I was so interested in having this as a cartridge is, as of right now, March 15th, 2014, when I'm filming this video, this is the first and only completely region-free software for the 3DS. So, as pretty much anyone who has a 3DS would probably know, Nintendo is using region locking. So if you have, for example, a European game in an American system, it won't work. Or an American game in a European system, or a Japanese one, or, whatever. That you can't mix regions. You have to buy the games in the region where you bought your 3DS. Which creates a lot of trouble for people who move across borders. So, I mean, given how a museum of this sort works and people come come from all over the world to visit, it sort of makes sense that it's region free, but that's why I was interested in it, really. You also see the little English flag down here. Just wait for the camera to focus. There you go. And yeah. So now, to my knowledge, only the English, Spanish, and French versions are region free. The other languages are locked to either Europe or Japan or Korea, depending on which one you get. Now, I find this interesting, too. Where does it say? Oh, here, on the front, it says, for use with the European/American... Oh, come on, focus, camera. Yeah, here we go. European, Australian, and American versions of the Nintendo 3DS and 2DS systems only. Which actually isn't true. This will work anywhere. Japan, Korea, you name it, because it's region free. So, I'm going to go ahead and open this now, and show you guys what it looks like. Now, one interesting thing about this is because the, hang on, let me just break the shrink wrap here. I'm going to put the camera down for 1 second while I do this. Alright, so, because of the fact that it is region-free, that means it does not contain an update partition, which means on an older system, like my blue one here, the one that you've seen in the videos showing the Gateway 3DS and the MT card, it simply won't run. So let me just show you before I mess with this. Here's, for example, my copy of Pokémon X, okay? So if I go ahead and put this in here, what'll happen is, because this game requires a newer firmware to run, it'll actually ask. So you'll see here it's... hang on a second, it's not reading the cartridge. It's weird. So, alright, here we go. So, Pokemon X, right? And if you go ahead and try to open it, it'll pop up a little thing that says, a system update is required to use this software. And you see here it wants to update to 6.1.0. So, if you hit cancel, it won't start, right? Because this system is on 4.5, which is required to use any of the flashcards. Okay? That's what I mean by update, and those updates are region locked. So, Pokemon X and Y technically are the first region-free games, because it came out everywhere. It came out worldwide on the same day. So the game itself is region-free. However, the update on the cartridge isn't. If you're interested in more information, I'll put that in the description, since I don't want to waste everybody's time with something that probably very few of you actually have an interest in. So I'm going to show you what happens on here. Because there's no update partition, what it'll do. So go ahead and turn on my, my updated 3DS here. And let's open this and look at it. So, here's what the cartridge looks like. So, you see it says EUR for Europe, but again, it will work in American systems. I'd imagine that's like a serial number or something on the back. Not really 100% sure on that. Let's go ahead and insert that here, and here we go. Nintendo 3DS guide. And there's the Mona Lisa icon there. So you can go ahead and open up the manual. It'll sort of show you what to do here. So, I mean, I don't need to go through the manual, but let's go ahead and start it up, and then I'll show you guys the rest of the packaging while it's going. Okay, I'm not going to make the extra data, that's fine. I could do that. I could do that on my own time. Okay. Alright, so, you can see here, visit the Louvre, look at artworks, artworks with an S, that's funny, we usually don't call it that here in America. Okay, come on, with the camera's focus, it's kind of bizarre. Okay, so yeah, you can do this, and it'll show you little, factoids about the artwork. Obviously the Mona Lisa's there, but it has everything else too, so, alright, let's just go through this. This is just going to tell you, okay. So, you can see here, alright, so let's take a look at the rest of this stuff here. Software instructions basically just tells you click the manual button. It's kind of, odd that they use a picture of New Super Mario Bros. 2 for here, but it basically tells you here's how you view the manual, and then this little sheet of paper looks like it has every sort of language, there's a bunch of different languages here, if you... and then this side here, there's the Russian Cyrillic there at the bottom. I recognize that. So, yeah, basically just has all sorts of different languages telling you how to view the manual. What else do we have in here? We have 3DS important information, which I assume is standard in Europe we have a similar one in America that they have, and that looks like that's it. So here's the inside of the box. Nothing really extraordinary about that. So it looks like basically the manual is just digital. So I will go back to this in a minute, but I want to show you in the meantime though. Oh, and you notice, by the way, it says English version up here. There we go. English version. So, just thought I'd show you that. Alright, so before I focus on the actual game, or I guess software, I'm going to show you what happens when I insert it into my 4.5 3DS that I showed you earlier. So we'll go ahead and pop this in here. Now, I would expect that it's not going to ask you to update because, you know, they can't have it update like X and Y do. So you go ahead and open it here, and surely enough, it just starts. See? So, yeah, it just works on this one, too. So, I guess I'll just use this system to show you guys the rest of this, because, I mean, they're both the same thing. So, let's take out the stylus here, and, so look, you can go into, let's see, you can go into the settings, and, okay, yes, you get it. Alright, these little things are, I mean, kind of tells you how to use stuff. I'm just going to skip all these, because, okay. So, it looks like you can update, it says update guide. So it looks like it's on version 1.0 because that's, you know, kind of makes sense. That's what's on the card. So home mode, and they're saying you can change it to museum mode, and I guess it'll mute the speakers. I guess that's what that does. You can set like handicap settings if you can't use stairs. Alright, hang on, let me just, if I move the system around too much, the camera goes out of focus. So, okay, music, on, off, and then you can reset the data there. So, let's go back. And then, looks like here you can do a slideshow. So, let's just pick this option. See if it just gives us a, okay, come on, I just want to start the slideshow. I don't need them telling me how to do it. Okay, good. Luckily, that's not. Okay, so. That's kind of cool. So let's just let the camera focus here. It looks like it just sort of goes through the different artwork. And then looks like you can just, if you want to manually advance it, you can do that. So you could see here, it's showing a number in the bottom, right? So if you do up and down, it changes it that. So it looks like there's about, what did it say, 1,200 pictures? Or no, 2,300, sorry, 2,300 pictures. So then doing this, you can skip 100 at a time. Kind of weird that the camera's trying to refocus. I mean, really, filming video game systems is never easy to do because they're images on a screen, so you know what I mean? You got your camera trying to focus on a dynamically moving thing. It's not going to go over very well. But I really don't know any other way to show this, so let's do this too. Visit the Louvre, and then this is kind of cool too. I've seen this done. So let's go with this. Skip the little tutorial here. Hang on. Okay, so whoops, did not mean to do that. Well, anyway, this is in free exploration mode. That's what the default is. So what it'll do is you see here, it has like a little virtual floor plan. So what you would do is, I mean, obviously if you're, okay, come on, I don't want all these, let me just press A real quick, get rid of this. So, you know, obviously if you're at home, it's really not going to help you out much, but you can sort of pretend that you're there. So if you were to actually go to the Louvre and you wanted to take this with you, you could be like, oh, I'm on this floor at this location. I mean, you could sort of see from the top here, it shows like a little overview. So it's saying I'm on the lobby floor below -1. I don't know why they have negative floor numbers in Paris, but apparently they do. So, yeah, Hall Napoleon, escalator up. I mean, it looks like there's just different little things. There's like a coffee shop here. Yeah, Cafe Grand Louvre. This is really, I mean, this is really not going to let me show very much. The camera is just going to keep wigging out like that, but, so, anyway, looks like you can do that, and then if you want to do a, let's see if I can, menu, let's, how do I go back? I'm really curious how you actually leave this mode. Wait a minute. That's odd. How do I leave? I want to just... Oh, main menu. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, I want to return to the main menu. That was weird. Like, I was pressing buttons. I'm like, how do I get out of this? How do I get out of this? Okay. So, here we go. So, if you're at the museum, let's do the Masterpieces tour. And it actually will talk to you, too. I'll go ahead and Let's do automatic. Like, this will tell you, you know, where to walk, and if you do automatic, it just assumes that you're going to keep up with it. I'm assuming you can pause it, too. So I'm going to turn the volume on. You can listen to them present stuff. Yeah, okay, come on. I really wish they wouldn't do these dumb, like, I mean, it's, okay.
You will now be taken automatically through the trail.
Hello. You've chosen to take the Masterpieces tour. First of all, make sure you're at the entrance to the Sully Wing, which is where your tour will start. The Louvre is a huge maze of a museum, and you'll be passing through the busiest parts of it, so there's a risk of losing your way. Before you go through the ticket gates and begin your tour, we'd like to ask you to please listen carefully to the directions we'll be giving you throughout your visit. We'll be asking you to turn left or right, and to stop at certain points.
Alright, so, and then anyway, then it just assumes that you're going to walk and follow the trail. I'm going to go ahead and just quit this, because, I mean, no one wants to sit here watching this forever, but, anyway, that's sort of what that does, and then look at artworks. I briefly did this earlier, but I'll go back to it, just if you want to just pull up, like, a particular art. Oh, come on, I already did this before, alright. So, let's see, let's just find something that looks cool here, and, this looks like some sort of a gold cup thing. Let's click on this, see what this is. Okay. So.
It's the entire dessert service that Emperor Napoleon I gave to his Secretary of State, Hugues Bernard Marais. Curator Anne Dion.
Ce service comprend 60
This service includes 60 plates,
of which around 40 are displayed on a rotating basis in this large display case. At the bottom, you can see 2 sugar bowls with handles.
This dessert service was used for what's known as French-style service.
And then I guess you can have you can see the image credits too if you want to credit the photographer. So, yeah, it just looks like any given piece of art, you can have a little spoken, you know, what is this? This looks cool too.
This table provides us with an exceptional illustration of the trend for furniture faced with porcelain plaques that began in the 1760s.
Alright, yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and stop that, but, so you get the point. That's sort of what this does. And then you can also, it looks like you can filter by pressing L. So you can do, come on, alright. So you can do, like, whether it's 3D or not, 2D, and then if you want a video, you can do that, works with videos, and then, you know, like, must-see works, filter by type. And then you can also search. So, like, say you want to see the Mona Lisa. I mean, I realize it's on the front of the thing, but so go title, and then it looks like you can just sort of scroll like this. So let's see. Ooh, I found it. Let me just go back up to it. Sort of the scrolling's a little bit sensitive there. I look at that. I'm just swiping it very okay. Right, I'm on the M's. Let's just do this, Mona Lisa. And of course, everybody's seen the Mona Lisa, but let's just do it. All right.
Probably the most famous painting in the world, the Mona Lisa, or La Joconde, as it's known in France. It was painted by Leonardo da Vinci between 1503 and 1506 in the Italian city of Florence. But who is this woman with her enigmatic smile? Curator Vincent Deluvain.
L'identité de cette jeune femme a été beaucoup...
Alright, anyway, and then you can, see what maximize does, is view the piece in high definition. So it looks like it shows a little model here, and you can, okay, I see. Oh yeah, that was nice, it zoomed in right on her breast. Yeah, so there you can sort of move it around like this, and, you know, view the whole, so you see on the bottom screen here, you just do this with it. So it doesn't need to be perfectly focused. Alright, sorry, my camera stopped. Anyway, it looks like you can also record. Or, sorry, not record, you can zoom like this So if you want to zoom out or zoom in, so you can, if you want to get really creepy and zoom all the way in on her eyeball or something, you could be like, you know, ridiculous, like, yeah, you could do this with it. There. And it looks like it just, look at the chart, it looks like it'll go even farther in, too. Why you'd ever want to zoom in that far, I don't know. But if you feel like being really weird and, like, zooming in, like, on, you know, individual pixels or something bizarre. So, that's what Maximize does, and then, you know, Analyze is going to have another guy talking, and so, yeah, that's basically the extent of this. So, it would make a nice souvenir if you ever go there. Like I said, the main reason I was interested in it is because it's completely region-free, and I will post some information in the description about how 3DS region locking technically works, if anyone's curious and you want to read that, because I won't waste your time with it here. Let's see what the information thing does. Oh, here, that just shows, looks like it just shows you the, like the hours, opening hours information, activities, free services, cafes and restaurants, bookshops and boutiques, visit rules, and then the credits of the software. So, let's see, opening hours and information. Every day through Tuesday, except Tuesdays, is closed on basically Christmas Day, New Year's Day, and I don't know why May 1st, that's weird. Maybe that's their maintenance or something. So, the admission prices. So, yeah, that's what that does. So, yeah, hopefully you guys liked seeing this. And as I mentioned, it is available in the Nintendo eShop. If you want to buy it digitally, as far as I know, it's the same thing. It's just that having it on a cartridge I thought was kind of cool because of the novelty that it's region free. So yeah, you can see here this English version. So if you're fluent in another language and you want to get it in that language, like I mentioned, it comes in several different languages. But only the English, Spanish, and French are region-free. So, say you want one in German, you'd basically have to have a European system. So, even though this says Europe here, you can clearly see it works on both of my American region 3DSs. So, yeah, I certainly thought the region-free part was kind of cool. You know, it's not really a game per se; it's more of just like an interactive software. Nintendo has a partnership with the museum so that they got, you know, they have this sold in the gift shop there, and there are actually, from what I read on the website, you can actually, I think for like €3 or €5 for adults, you can rent a 3DS basically with this preloaded on it, and it just like is a temporary. So if you don't want to buy it for full price, and or you don't own a system yourself, you can just rent one and then just, you know, check it back in when you leave. So. Yeah, it looks like they're really pushing this. They really want people to try this out if they go visit. And yeah, so I managed to get a copy here. Occasionally these pop up on eBay, but not too frequently. I've actually had this in my watch list for a while, and I haven't seen one show up in about, I don't know, 3 or 4 months. So it's really, I mean, these are really hard to come by. If you're lucky enough to get one, though, feel free to share your thoughts below, and hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing this. Yeah. That's all I have to show you today. Thanks for watching.